I always feel like I never mash out my plans all the time. I don't know why. Why do you think I am always Is it called oversabi or undersabi? Undersabi. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we're going to be giving advice or answering a question Tosin sent me. Tosin is one of my friends and she sent me a question. So I want to read out the question to you guys, then we'll start and like give you the full details.
Get into it.
Alright, so if a guy and a girl are dating, right, and the guy asks the girl for sex and he keeps pressurizing her for sex like every time, but she's not ready. So finally, like, she decided that she was going to give in to the pressure and like finally agree for him to have sex with her. So our question is, if the babe agrees only because of the fear of rape, is that rape? So our response is that it's called what? Sexual coercion. Coercion, like when they coerce you to do something.
Exactly.
That's what. But it's sexual coercion. So
and that can be classified as rape.
Yeah.
Because rape is not only forceful or it's not only violent and forceful stuff, but it's also coercion because the person is doing the stuff against their own will. The person is only doing the stuff because you
pressured them
exactly
for so long. An example of sexual coercion is like if you and most of sometimes sexual coercion used to happen in workplaces. Do you understand? And these workplaces are maybe your immediate boss is like telling you if you want this job you know what to do. Or examples like Shebi just begs sex, we're begging you for sex and doing shakara. So Kende is going to give you a full example of what it means.
So sexual coercion is unwanted sexual activities that happens when you're pressured, tricked, or even forced in a non-physical way. So you see, that's the thin line between, like, it is a non-physical way. That doesn't mean it's not still rape, because sexual assault is two types of sexual assault is rape and sexual coercion. So sexual coercion is being tricked, forced, or pressured into
doing something that's against your own will.
Exactly.
Something you don't want to do, something you would do normally.
Exactly.
And most of all these sexual coercions, or when somebody coerces you into sex, happens with people you even know, people that are
in a
close
relationship with.
Like,
exactly.
It happens mostly with them. And funny thing, you know them very well. Like your boyfriend, your oga at work, even your friend. So yeah, that's it. So, and when it comes to this kind of act, right, the first thing you remember as a person is that it's your body. It's not their body. No matter how much you pressurize you, now you get the body.
It's your body. You shouldn't.
Do you understand?
To do
and if you're afraid of the person in the relationship, leave. Just move away from the relationship if you know you cannot give the person sex. And for instance, even before you even enter the relationship, always make yourself plain. Make it clear that, hello, as we're entering, we don't want sex. We're not sexing. We're not doing any of that. That's the beginning of where you avoid such a problem for yourself.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
And again, the thing is that sexual coercion at work, at school, at church can be classified as sexual harassment. So if you were to sue the person, you can sue the person for sexual harassment and you can sue the person for rape, depending on what the provision of the law in where you live has for you. Do you understand what I mean? So anything that you're uncomfortable doing, any sexual activity, you're being pressured, because some people pressure you to an extent that they even like try to like they insult you. Emotional abuse.
Yeah, for example,
pressurize you to sleep with you.
For example, if you really love me, you will do it. Come now, it's my birthday. Let's do birthday sex. It's not my fault if you don't want to sex the man. Leave the relationship.
Exactly.
Be convinced that you have to convince yourself that it is I don't want to do it. Do you understand? From convincing yourself, you go away with, you avoid any drama and all this thing, nothing will happen to you. Do you understand?
Exactly. And having sex with somebody is not an indication of love.
It's not.
Exactly.
Someone that even loves this Baba, if they love you, they are even going to say, okay, don't worry, we can wait to marriage.
Exactly. Love is patient, love is kind. That's it.
Love is not forceful. You can't, don't trick yourself saying this guy because he loves me, that's why he's telling me that if you love me, no, please. Don't dull yourself, please. There are other men out there that will decide to date you without
And respect you.
And respect you. Do you understand?
You have to respect my decision. And sex is not an indication that, you know, I'm committed to this relationship.
It's not though.
It's not an indication that I'm fully committed. It doesn't show that, oh, this is, you know, because I'm sleeping with you, this is the level of my commitment for a relationship. Sex is not an indication for that at all. And you know, because, you know, there are effects of sexual coercion, like unwanted pregnancy, you know, diseases, you know, people's self-worth begin to diminish.
Yeah, you just keep on. An example is when, okay, the next person you're dating brings that kind of thing to you, you allow them to go scot-free because you've been coerced in the first place. So your mind is shattered that if you don't have sex with the next person, he will leave you like that other guy.
So you depend your worth on sleeping with the person, which is completely wrong. So your worth doesn't matter. Like, sex is not your worth. You understand?
So lost, when someone is lusting after you, they will do whatever and anything to get with you sexually. But if they love you, they'll be patient enough to listen to what you need at that point. If you're like saying, okay, I don't want sex, they'll answer you and wait you when you're ready. Even if at that point, after maybe when you're even about to have the sexual intercourse, do you understand? If you even reach there and you say, oh, uncle, I don't want, some people can answer you, but some people, they are thinking with their D, not with their head, so they won't hear.
And some girls are thinking with their punani too. So you should not think it's only women who are talking about what.
We're talking about women and men. So if they, like all those sugar mamas that can pressurize you to sex,
or even your girlfriend, she keep on teasing you and saying things to that you're not man enough. Why can't you sleep with me? If any, the pressure is from both. We're not here to talk about only women. It's both from both sides, because you can be pressured by your female boss that she wants to sleep with you, and she begins to say, are you not a man? Why are you running away from this? Why are you running away from that? Not all the stupid statements that I'm a man, you know, if you touch me I'll do it, all those kind of things. No. So you can be coerced by anything, and sex is not an obligation in a relationship. Sex is not an obligation to anybody. You shouldn't be obliged to sleep with anybody if you don't want to. So you shouldn't force that.
For example, now there's a movie called Of Caffe's Law. I'm going to insert a clip here now. So after that clip, we've watched that clip, I'm going to tell you what I mean.
Now you two have got to be the only Nigerian men who do not know Caffe's Law.
And the heck is Okafor's Law?
So that says that if you shag a woman once, you can shag her again.
Oh,
and again.
See, in Okafor's Law, we say once shag, continue shagging. I mean, once they bear, oh my, you can always they bear. It's a lie. That's still rape. If you have sex with somebody once and the second time you're not consenting with the person, it's rape.
Yes.
So Okafor's Law is shit. It's not. It's rubbish. So any man there or woman there that is thinking, oh, because I've slept with her once, second time you cannot rape her, it's a lie. Even in marriage you can be raped. In a relationship you can be raped. So all those lawless people that are thinking, oh, because I slept with her once, I can continue sleeping with her again without her consent. You're wrong.
And again, I completely understand that being pressured to have sex in a relationship is common, but then it's not right. It is never right. It's completely wrong.
It's wrong on all accounts.
Because some people are not even that strong enough. Some people are not strong enough to say no. Some people are not strong enough to vocalize their opinion.
Or even move away from the relationship.
You understand? So it is normal, but it is not right. It's common, but it is not right, and it is not normal. So crazy that there's some things that we consider that we don't consider as rape that are rape.
For example, if you're sleeping with someone, right, and then maybe you guys are doing some Kama Sutra style or something, if you guys agree that this is the style we're going to do, and he does on that style, that can be considered as rape.
Yeah, exactly. If you are doing a certain style, then you already spoke about before. Okay, I don't want to roll over, and then he forced you to roll over while people are doing it. That is what? Say rape. That's it. That is official rape. Like, it's just so much more than we're even thinking. Like, rape, there's a thin line between rape and rape doesn't have to be violent before it is rape. Do you understand what I mean? It doesn't have to be violent. There's so much more, like, there's so much things that can be classified as rape. Like this sexual coercion that we're talking about. Yes.
When you coerce somebody to do what they want to do.
That is rape. There are other things that can be classified as rape. For example, if you are having sex and it's hurting you, a certain position is hurting you, or a certain act that you are doing is hurting you, and you complain that it's hurting you, and instead of person to stop,
they continue
or change from a position that is hurting you. It's either of the person to consider what you're telling the person, and the person doesn't stop. That is rape, guys. Because how can you be hurting somebody? Sex is not meant to be hurting. It's meant to be pleasurable. Do you understand what I mean?
Pleasure. That's one thing people forget about sex, is that it's two people that are supposed to be pleasuring in the relationship or in the activity. But some people just tend to only pleasure themselves. The other person is left out. In my mind, when you're sleeping with somebody, the person is doing like machine. Just stand still. Is there not enough evidence to show you that the person is not enjoying the hydrogen?
That is uncomfortable. Exactly. And if you're sleeping with someone that is incapable of giving you consent, that's rape, bruh. You don't even need to think twice about that. There's no even thinking twice about that. Do you understand what I mean? So, like, all these small things that people do, and they think, oh, you know, I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not doing this. If you and somebody are sleeping with each other, and in the middle of the sex, and the person said that I don't want to do again,
come out too.
That is come out, and you continue.
You need to get out of here. Don't stay. See, because that's the way people used to kill themselves. Okay, so this is another scenario whereby both of you are in the middle of your sexual activity. Then you as a guy or woman feel the person is not feeling it, and you now ask, oh, that are you okay? And the person is like, I'm somewhat, or what's that?
No. It's because you ask you ask the person, is the person okay? The person will be like, kind of.
What
does that mean?
Kind of means no. Because you see, one thing you have already set yourself up is that you have asked the person, is the person okay? For you to ask the person, is the person okay? That means you feel the person is uncomfortable. So stop. It doesn't take you anything
at all.
Just stop. I know sometimes at that process is your willy that is thinking, or your vagina that is thinking, but you have to stop, because if you don't stop, that's classified as rape. And we heard that Nigerian law, they don't believe that a woman can rape a man. That's rubbish.
There's no provision for it.
There's no provision for it. Even in this same Nigeria itself, how many rape cases they've taken to court and successful. Only 10 are passed itself.
It's not
only 10.
It's up to 30.
We don't even think it's up to 10 or 30 that are passed it. So no matter how people come out and shout that, oh, I've been raped, at the end of the day, you might even go to that police station, police officers will rape you too. Just a lot of lawless things are happening.
Like, I can't believe the law doesn't believe like that can happen.
That a woman can rape a man. That's a lie. It happens.
And it's saying that if a boy is below 12, they don't believe that, because according to them, he's not he hasn't gotten to the age of puberty or something, so he can't have carnal knowledge of someone. How can you say somebody is 12 years old and the person cannot rape a person?
Let me tell you,
that doesn't make any sense.
Even in this same law, child bride marriage, even women, the consent is 12. For God's sake, why?
It's just really crazy, because the law that is meant to protect us is doing all form of things. That's why there are no rape cases, because there's not even enough. Like, the law is shitty concerning it, and it's just crazy. And it's even crazy that the part of the countries in the EU, only 8 have decided to accept that, you know, sex has to be consensual, because the remaining 23 states are still, they can still like be arguing that unconsensual sex is not rape. How?
That's nonsense.
How? That is just crazy. Like, the law is not doing.
The law is not on the side, on anybody's side when it comes to rape. Either the man or the woman. Like most of the time, all the accusers, all the people that actually be perpetrators, they go free.
Exactly.
So sometimes that's why people don't even come out to talk about their story. Yeah, that's why some idiots, rape apologies, they'll come. They say, why is it after 10 years she's coming out to talk? Hello, it's because now she feels that there's more space to talk about it. It's not because the guy has money or the woman has money. She just feels that she has gotten to a point in her healing process that she can talk about it.
Exactly.
That's just it.
Like,
for you stupid people out there that say rubbish about it, and if you have a problem for me, come for me and I'll come for you.
How can you justify unconsensual sex? It doesn't make
that means you're an
sense.
animal.
It doesn't make any sense. It's just really heartbreaking.
Let me say a psycho. Or if you find yourself in such a situation, somebody is coercing you to have sex with them, or you're at a point of where someone wants to rape you, or you feel you have this vibe that the person can harm you, right? There are some things you can do. First of all, you can go to the police station and report or open a case on them.
Number 2, you can also if it was happening, like maybe if you went on a date or you went out with someone and the person in that instant is pressurizing you for sex, the best thing is to find an exit strategy. Because maybe you get a phone call and just pretend and say, oh, my mommy fell down, or find something, or get someone to come and get you out of that situation. Because sexual coercion immediately can go to violent and forceful rape. Do you understand what I mean? Like, it's just in a second it can go crazy
from 0 to 100.
From 0 to 100,
and there's nothing you can
real
do.
quick.
So in order not to find yourself in this situation, that's why we're giving you some
exactly. And you need to speak up. Tell someone that you trust that will give you advice that even after it has happened to you,
they
not
can
your
be
fault.
your witness. Yes,
and it's also not your fault. Because if you are raped, if you're sexual assault, any sexual assault is not your fault. You are in a position that you couldn't control. It is never your fault. That's the first thing you need to get to your head, because if you think it's your fault all the time, you can never heal from such. You understand? You can never heal from such traumatic experience.
Yeah. Guys, so thank you for watching today's video.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe, comment, and
share this video, guys.
Do you understand? Educate yourself on what it means to have consent and what all the sexual
harassment, guys.
And men, please, in order for you not to be classified as a rapist, or men,
please try to educate yourself. And when somebody is saying no, stop, kind of, once they feel this uncomfortable,
you said you can feel it,
you can sense the vibe. Do you understand?
Leave it alone.
Please just stay away, because sometimes you may seem like, okay, the law may be on your side, but what of the stigma? What of you feeling like when they finally explain to you what you've done to them, but then you feel shitty about yourself? That can cause you yourself to commit suicide. You think it can, but by the time you start hearing people start saying this person is rapist, even if you did not intentionally mean to do it, that's because you were ignorant. But ignorance is not an excuse. That's the end. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So you guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Bye guys.